Look at how happy she is. Look at that happy bit. Break. Oh my God. Amist. Down. That's not okay. That's not okay. Stand. Heel. Okay, walk with me. So I started a video and I don't know, I felt like I was getting off topic. So I'm restarting and I'd like to say Grand Rising family. Sunday morning, we're like officially moved into our new place. This is like the backyard area, nice little spot for Amist to play. This video is going to be about owning a Doberman. If you've ever owned a, like if you ever had a childhood dog, actually let me go over here and sit. If you've ever owned like a childhood dog, sit down all the way. Good girl. If you've ever owned a childhood dog, place down all the way. Good girl. Sometimes you just gotta like tell these children how to, look at her. You see her? She can't, we don't want her on the patio. Anyway, so if you ever own like a childhood dog and it's never been trained, and you're thinking about getting a Doberman, you're planning on getting a Doberman, maybe you even have a Doberman, you're like, holy shit, this was like not what I was expecting. This dog is like full of energy, they're really stubborn, they don't listen, like why is this dog not listening to me? I'm just gonna share like my experience and share about like the quirks, the annoyances, the fun, the beauty about owning a Doberman, coming from owning, like having childhood dogs and not like having a trained dog or a super intelligent dog. So anyway, this dog is looking at me so funny. So I grew up in a household with 2 dogs. We had a miniature pinscher who was really, really overweight, and then we had a Greyhound Great Dane mix. His name was Corky, and the miniature pinscher's name was Montel. We had ferrets, guinea pigs, Chinese water dragons, lizards, frogs, fish. Had a lot of pets in my household. So you can imagine, nothing was trained. I mean, it was just purely like, I don't know, we just had a lot of pets. So, we had a cat, Darian and I, like a few years ago, and we actually had to give the cat back to the adoption place that we got it from because we were moving, couldn't take the cat with us, and then one of my friends wound up taking it, and the cat thing didn't work out. And I was like, Darian, we're not getting another dog, or we're not getting another animal unless we're gonna keep it indefinitely. Like, we should not be getting another animal unless we're gonna be able to support it and keep it. Because the whole process of getting rid of our cat was like really traumatizing to me because of course I grew up in a house with all the animals and the animals were with me until death do them part, you know? So yeah, so we went to Ethiopia, we were thinking about getting a Doberman, or thinking about getting a dog, and then we're like, okay, if we're gonna get a dog, it's gonna be a Doberman. So we got Amist when she was 6 weeks. Off the bat, you could just tell, like, they're really observant, really intuitive, very, very intelligent dogs. For me, I guess because I was young, I didn't really see this with the dogs that I had as, like, growing up as a child. They, like, I don't know, you just take them for a walk, bring them back, feed them, have them on the couch with you, have them in the bed with you, like, no problem, you know, bathe them whenever. But now that I'm, like, cognitively aware of, like, dog ownership and, like, just, like, dogs in general, Amist, place down all the way. Now that I'm aware of just like dog ownership and stuff, there's just like a lot that I can't believe that was allowed in my household as a child, and a lot that like I wasn't aware of. So my experience of owning a Doberman, like for me, since I've never had a trained dog, is like the dog can do whatever it wants, like who cares, you know, like it's okay, like a very loving, beautiful, like not beautiful, a very loving, sensitive approach to the dog, like being very lenient. Oh, it's okay if they like destroy something, it's okay if they pee all over the couch. No, like when it comes to a Doberman, like the second you allow one thing is the second you're allowing everything. So for me, like because like we had an issue with this in the beginning of our training with her was that I wasn't being consistent. Like, Darian would teach her one thing and then I would be doing another, because I'm like, oh, it's okay, she can take a break with me, like, I'm a cool mom, whatever. No, because that backfired, because it showed when we would have her in public, she wouldn't be listening. She would be looking at me to kind of like release her, and like daddy was more like strict and strong, you know what I mean? So if there's one thing I can say, it's like when it comes to a Doberman, because they're always going to try to like outsmart you, you have to be consistent and you have to be strict with them. If you've never trained a dog or been around a trained dog or anything of training a dog, first things first, you have to be consistent. Like, there is no ifs, ands, or buts, and you have to stick, like, your word is your word and the dog has to listen. What else can I say? Oh, as you could see, that's one thing that I really dislike. Like, you say one thing and then they will try to test your limits. So just now I had her on her place like this. I don't know if you can see. I had her on her place like that, and she got up and she put her feet over by where the I'm moving the camera, over where that like mulch is right behind her, and I had to yell at her because she's testing me. That's what these dogs like to do. Now, if her father was out here, she wouldn't move a muscle. She would just sit there and not whine, nothing. She would just be chilling. But because it's mom and because she knows that I'm more lenient, she's gonna test me. But when I'm serious, I have to tell her multiple times. See, she's whining right now and looking at me, waiting for me to break her. Another thing is, what else? Yeah, they're gonna whine. Dobermans have a very distinct whine. Once you're a Doberman owner, you're gonna be like, anywhere you go and you hear a dog whine, you're gonna be like, oh, that's a Doberman. Oh, I know it. Because you're gonna hear it so often with these dogs. Like her, she has a very distinct whine. You know, you hear that all the time. We went to Pet Express to go get her dog food, and she friggin', oh my god. Well, no, she wasn't with us. We were walking and we heard this whine, and Darian was like, I bet that's a Doberman. And we go around to where like the showers are, because they have like showers and like bathing spots, like people can bathe their dogs in Pet Express. And we go around the corner and lo and behold, it's a friggin' Doberman. I was like, oh my god, like, we're Doberman parents because now we know a Doberman whine. But yeah, I'm trying to think of what other advice I can give you guys when it comes to owning a Doberman and stuff. I would just say, like, literally, if you really want, because another reason why I'm making this video is because I was on Instagram earlier today, and Amist has an Instagram, a few of her followers, Amist place, down all the way, good girl, see, she just tried to get up again. A few of her followers were posting about this dog who got shot and killed. This dog. So there was, I don't know, the dog was off leash. I can post the dog's Instagram or something in this page, but long story short, the dog was off leash, went to go sniff another dog who was leashed, and somebody just texted me some crazy stuff. I guess they started fighting, and then the owner of the other dog actually shot the Doberman 3 times. It was really sad. It was really emotional. I was crying earlier because I was like, I can't even imagine, like, I just couldn't imagine it. And I was like, sometimes I think it's like, I would feel the same way. Like, the girl that was writing the post was like, it's my fault, like, I should have this and I should have that, and I feel like I would have been the same way. I don't know the degree of training, the level of training the dog had. I don't know, you know, I wasn't there for the situation, but I do know that there's a reason why we have to train our dogs, and I do know that there's a reason why we have to be especially careful owning Dobermans, especially careful as Black people owning Dobermans. So it's very important that if you do own one, that you have to, you know what I mean? Like, these dogs come with a lot of responsibility. That's why homeowners insurance, actually discriminates against Dobermans, even though they're not. The dogs that have the most bites and the most aggression are actually the small dogs. That's a fact. You can look it up. It's just that Dobermans and large breed dogs can actually cause the most damage. That's why homeowners insurance can discriminate against you. And renter and landlords, that, you know, if you're a renter and you're trying to find a place, they definitely discriminate against you. But yeah, like, moral of the story is that we have a responsibility to these dogs. We have a responsibility to these animals. They have a responsibility to us, and we all have to be in accordance. And the biggest thing is consistency and knowing the type of breed that you have, and knowing, like, what you have to do, you know? Like, you have to educate yourself when you have a Doberman. Unfortunately, I was not educated. Darian was educated, thank God. But yeah, I mean, thankfully I feel like if I owned Amist by myself, I would have brought her to training, because I don't have the patience to train her as much as Darian did. But what I can say is just being consistent and being patient, making sure that you tell them who's alpha, show them who's boss, having the right tools, the right treats, the right mindset. You know, take care of the dog take care of you, and just being aware of the type of breed that you have is gonna be good. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little video. Let me show you this Crackhead over here again. She looks so beautiful in the sun. You look so beautiful. Why do you look not amused with me? Huh? You don't look amused with me? Stand. Oh, he's a baby. Okay, say bye. Oh, your thing is ripping. Say bye. Or burp, that's fine. Alright, give thanks, family.